What's up? What's up? What's up? We got it. We got it. We got it. So there's this sort of trade-off between cold weather and warm weather, right, baby? With warm weather, you get the middle of the day when it gets unbearable to walk. With cold weather, you get the mornings when you delay going out of your tent and of your sleeping bag for another half an hour, another hour or so. So either way, you're going to lose about an hour, maybe a little more of walking, unless you push through the heat or you push through the cold morning. Right now it's a little cold. My fingers are a little achy. It took me a while to get out of the sleeping bag until it warms up just a little bit, or until I warm up a little bit. There's the girl. So Savannah and I have come down again from this mountain pass. We came down from this mountain pass. We camped pretty close to it last night, and we're making our way down into this valley here. If you can see, a lot of farmland, and then right, you can kind of see it. There's another mountain range right there, which we're going to be crossing either later today or tomorrow morning. I think later today. So we'll be climbing up again pretty high. It'll be a lot of work. And then after that, descending down to sea level finally towards Adana, which will be like our next stop. It's really nice weather right now, almost perfect. It was cold this morning, but now it's a little cloudy. The sun is out, very calm, super, super nice weather. Down there, it'll be a little more humid, a little hotter. But there's civilization down there, which it's been pretty barren where I've been walking, a lot of villages. So I'll be able to eat well, hopefully, get to a bigger town and get a good meal for lunch, hopefully. The valley isn't quite as scenic as it was up in the mountains. Pretty dry and flat and featureless. And I entered this city and I was looking to hit a grocery store and a cafe, get some lunch. I got a grocery store, got some bread, supplies, stuff like that, and then found this great cafe where I was able to get a cheeseburger and a milkshake, which were just perfect. I have an insatiable hankering for hamburgers, and when I saw one on the menu, I had to get it. Turned out the owner is a young guy who had toured around the world from working on a commercial on a cargo ship. And so he spoke great English. It was super, super nice. The food was amazing and just has me really powered up and feeling good after being able to talk to someone and just kind of experience some good people again and just have a great meal. So now that we're getting out of the city, the hard part comes where we got to cross over these mountains. I think we'll get there and probably get about halfway up tonight. We'll see. It's going to be tough and steep, but I have some good food in me, so I got some calories to see me through it. So this is either going to go very well very poorly. I'm following maps.me. It's an application that is really good at finding these out-of-the-way walking routes. And it's taking me over this mountain pass. But I've followed these before, and there's times when it just leads me into thickets or into really, really narrow paths that are just all rock. Right now, we're just at the beginning, and there's houses up there. So if it's like this the whole way, if it's this dirt road, it'll be great. That's awesome. But I have a feeling once I get past these houses, it's really going to break down, and it's going to be a little more than a trail. The benefit is that it'll be super secluded and really nice versus walking this larger road back there. I just got to hope the road is developed enough, or the path is developed enough, that I can push my 70, 80-pound cart through it. Every village, yes. This is not a good sign. Not a good sign. This is what we were pushing over. All these rocks, super steep. Look at this. Look how high Savannah is from me. Steep, rocky. I'm gonna give it a go anyway, because I know when I get up there, it's gonna be super peaceful. So let's put in work for an hour or two to get up there. That was a really crazy couple hours. Yeah, so I ended up, what happens, I end up pushing up this mountain. Come on. You coming in? Yeah, so what ends up happening is I push up this mountain, which is just brutally difficult to walk with all these big stones, and it's very steep. And I get to the top, pretty much to the top, and this motorcycle comes, which is one of the only, I saw one other, a kid on a motorcycle coming down, and then up at the top, this motorcycle comes, a guy jumps off and basically holds me at gunpoint with a shotgun. And I mean, I'm freaking out. I'm thinking I'm getting robbed, or I'm going to get shot, or whatever. The other guy comes off the bike, and he's talking to me. He's not yelling. Neither of them are yelling, but they're very insistent, and they're telling me to turn around and get my hands up. So I have my hands up. I turn around. They they take my backpack off, and this guy's got the shotgun on me the entire time, and I'm asking them to put it down. And then gradually they realize, I guess that, or they pat me down, they pat me down, they have my backpack, and then the guy kind of lowers the shotgun and backs away. And it took a while to even like figure out what was going on. But it ends up they're security forces. And there's the PKK, which is a terrorist organization. It's a Kurdish, and by the Turkish government classified as a terrorist organization, and they're in those hills, and I didn't realize it. I'm just kind of following the map and where it takes me. And honestly, it's amazing that this hasn't happened before. I'm amazed that it didn't happen in Colombia when I was walking back and forth over the Andes through like previously FARC-controlled areas. So it's actually amazing that this hasn't happened before, but I am really close to Syria. And, but for about for probably half an hour or so, the guy just had me basically at gunpoint because he couldn't trust me. And it was really scary. And, I definitely imagined getting shot, which was, not a fun thought. And kind of realizes how quickly it can all end. But eventually kind of sorted each other out, and I was able to, eventually he gave me my phone, and we were able to use Translate, and kind of a little bit smooth. They're still really tense, And then they had a truck come. We put the stuff in the back of the truck. We get in the back of the truck. The guy's standing there with the shotgun still. Another guy has a pistol, and they're just sitting. I'm sitting there, and we're driving, and they were kind of watching me. And then we get to a power station, kind of in that mountain pass, and I'm just like surrounded by people. Super intense. Finally, one guy comes who speaks English, and like gradually, able to kind of sort things out, and then kind of people let their guards down. But the entire time that was happening, I'm talking in English. You know, a guy's got his hand on his pistol, thinking I'm a terrorist or something, and it's just crazy. I've been in like intense situations. In Panama, I was held at knife point. In Georgia, the state in America, met a very, very creepy guy I thought was going to do something. In Morocco into Spain was really sketchy as well. It's really going through a dark border area. But this is the first time I've ever been felt like I was going to get kidnapped or worse. It was really intense. The guys were really intense. They were unflinching. But ended up being really nice afterwards. After they knew I was fine, they'd seen my passport, they saw my license, they looked me up. It took a while for them to relax, but eventually they did. And now they dropped me off on the edge of town. They drove me as far as they could away from where they say is like disputed territory, or there's PKK in there. And so I skipped ahead like probably 50 kilometers or 40 kilometers, pretty far, a full day walk at least. And they said I told them, they told me I had to go to town. I have to walk to town. I was like, town is 6 miles or 6 hours away. I can't walk 6 hours in the middle of the night. And I was like, can I camp here? So they called their supervisor, said I could camp here. And then I go into this field, and they all watch me set up my tent, watch me unpack everything. But they were nice guys, and they ended up being very nice guys, and it was all good. Just really, really tense there for a while. Really tense. Just glad everything kind of worked out in the end. It was a really intense situation for a while, and Sav was right there with me, kind of wagging her tail. I had no idea what was going on. She's just friendly as ever. And man, yeah, I'm starving. I'm gonna eat something and pass out. Really, really exhausting kind of 2 hours right there, but made it out, and until tomorrow.
Söylemeden önce biz şey yapsaydık daha iyi olurdu.